Everything going on in here over the last few weeks has just been tiny little jobs that are not fun to watch on video, so that's why there's been no videos going on. So rather than try to make a video of things that aren't very interesting, we're going to take a real quick tour. Well, here's one thing I've been working on, and I'm just embedding some track into this MDF board so I can run trolleys, and I'm going to cover it over so all you see is the rails. So it's sort of a city diorama for my model railroad. Over this direction, I've just got a bunch of little parts and pieces from the leftover from the couch project, including some notes on the things that I have to make still. Because you know what? I'm not done with that project. It's an unfinished project. And here's some of the parts that I'm going to be working on next. These are the tops. And in fact, I'm just going to take one of these tops and we'll put it in. That's our dryer, which stopped working. And our washing machine started leaking. And at the moment, we've got a huge mess going on here. We can't dry our clothes, and wouldn't you know, the things behind there are kind of shoddy and janky, and we need to figure out a new way to fix some of that stuff. So here is the glorious couch in what I alluded to being a final state. But it's not a final state. There's a lot of things that are not done. Of course, it looks done, so we're pretending for the most part that it is, but we've got problems like right here. Even though that one looks pretty good, it's not the right one. It's short. Let's flip this monkey around and put it in. All right, so that's what we're talking about. And I still have to do all along the other tops, which just have temporary pieces of plywood in right now. And this one is done, but I haven't put it in yet. The other thing that really was holding us back was back here in this corner, which I installed on an earlier video. It was giving me all kinds of problems because this was cut too short, and you could see it was like back here and ran down, and you could see a lip along that edge. It wasn't flush like it is now. So I actually took that and I cut it down and made a brand new panel for this upper part. And that took a while, and I had to refit it, and I had to resand it, and then come back in here and refit it again. So there it is. So we're still not quite done with the couch project, but we're getting ever closer to being done with the couch project. So let's go outside and take a look at some of the other problems that have been getting in the way of projects. There used to be a deck in there, but I tore it all out because we wanted to keep the wood away from the house. After our little run-in with termites that we had earlier this year, we don't want any wood near the house. Now, while we're doing that, of course, what we find is it's all wet back here behind the shower. The leak is coming from this fitting right here around the back, and it's only leaking when we take showers, but it's leaking a sizable amount and making the ground all wet. So that's another problem that we add to the list. Back in the safety of the shop, here are some things that I've been selling on eBay, old models that I'll never get around to building. So I'm selling them on eBay. Maybe somebody else will find a little bit of life. And I'm making a couple bucks here and there, so that's good. Let's do unfinished projects. You may have seen me running trains on this great red thing with 2 mounds on it. And this thing right here is meant to be a Christmas diorama that's supposed to go in the house. And in fact, I'll show you where it needs to go. right now. Come with me. This is where the Christmas diorama is going to go. Along the top of this console table. Each one of those lamps is going on top of one of those white mounds, and there'll be a couple of little Christmas trees and all kinds of Christmassy knickknacks that go in along that wall for a Christmas diorama. All right, back to the diorama. All right, there it is. It's the Christmas diorama, and that's why it's red. So it's going to run a Christmas train around here at Christmas time, and we'll have the lamps up on top of these two mounds, and I think there'll be a Christmas tree, a little Christmas tree, or some other goodies in the way in the middle there, and you can see a lot of the paint came up. I have some issues I need to deal with, and hopefully I'll get to that before Christmas and we'll have ourselves a Christmas diorama. But for the moment, it lives up here, and I can run trains on it and enjoy that sort of shenanigan. Made this little mount for my camera right here on the shelf, so I can put the camera up there and not have to worry about having a tripod to deal with. This is my tripod that I usually use. It's heavy and it's big for this tiny little space, or I have this tiny little fella. This way I can put the camera directly back there, and it always goes back in the same spot. And I can do over here, I can do one part, and over here I can do another part, and that way I can merge them together into one scene without having to worry about the camera being moved or things not lining up like they should be. It's a little bit of the secrets. You're getting the secrets is what you're getting now. Hoping to record some stuff here pretty soon, one of these days. Until next time, that's what we've been doing here.